How should one characterize an athlete who secures a gold medal on his very first trip to the World Championships? A genius, an unstoppable force, a prodigy, or perhaps merely luck? You will find the answer to this question in this video. Meet, if you are not already acquainted, Goki Tajima. Behind his deceptively modest demeanor and unvarying smile lie truly devastating throws. His techniques are capable of overpowering even giants whose weight exceeds 150 kilograms. Goki Tajima doesn't simply defeat opponents. He shatters established stereotypes. Tajima clears his path to victory thanks to his utterly unique style of combat. His method of maintaining a tight grip is beyond ordinary comprehension. This is the Japanese judoka who instantly closes the distance with his opponent and executes a throw for a clean ippon. And it is completely irrelevant who is standing in front of him. It is precisely this technique that earned the Japanese judoka the gold medal at the World Championships in the under 90 kilograms weight division. He became the first world champion in this weight class from Japan after a long 19-year period. Well, at this point in the video, I want to wish you an engaging viewing experience. Now, we proceed to the main segment. In 2024, Goki Tajima received the opportunity to compete in the individual event at the World Judo Championships for the first time in his career. Up until this moment, he had already become a world champion twice in the mixed team tournament. However, in individual competitions, as you realize, the situation is entirely different. Then, in Abu Dhabi, the Japanese athlete achieved victory in his first contest over a judoka from Egypt. Goki Tajima successfully executed one of his signature sweeps and earned a waza-ari score. The second round followed, where he faced the formidable Swede, Marcus Nyman, a world championship medalist and Olympic competitor. The match progressed into extra time, golden score, and Tajima concluded the encounter with an impactful throwing technique over his back. A serious test had been overcome, but naturally, the challenges were far from over. The third round was against a typically problematic opponent from Brazil. Here, Goki executed his trademark hip throw, securing the first score of the contest. He then managed to apply, incidentally, an intriguing submission hold, thanks to which he was awarded the maximum score of ippon and achieved an early victory. In the World Championship quarterfinals, Tajima advanced past Tristany Mosaklishvili via a hold-down and reached the semifinals, where he was awaited by the representative of Kyrgyzstan, Erlan Sharov. And everything here transpired with incredible speed, yet how beautifully executed it was. That wasn't far off. Was that ippon? A signature throw from Tajima for a magnificent ippon. It stood as one of the most aesthetically pleasing and one of the most significant throws of that World Championship. But most importantly, Tajima reached the final in his first ever World Championship appearance. This is an unbelievable accomplishment, and how masterfully does he achieve it? In the final battle for gold, he faced a very serious opponent, Nemanja Majdov from Serbia, a world champion, European champion, and Olympic participant. And what action did Goki take? The bout extended into golden score, but the elusive Japanese judoka introduced Majdov to his personal airlines, granting him a flight over Abu Dhabi. A brilliant throw executed in his characteristic style, and crucially, the gold was claimed with such a stunning performance. Tajima became the first Japanese world champion in the under 90 kilogram weight category in 19 years. This is truly a historic moment. Also noteworthy is an interesting fact. Tajima is a multiple national champion of Japan and a dominating competitor on the country's domestic circuit. By the conclusion of this video, you will surely discover how many times he has won the All Japan Championships in his lifetime. You clearly appreciate the difficulty of accomplishing such a, shall we say, heroic feat. And here on your screens is his final performance at the National Championships in that same year, 2024. He successfully finished the match with an ippon and secured the gold medal, and also received a round of applause from two titans of world judo, Hifumi Abe and Naohisa Takato. Goki is their teammate and clubmate, as they all represent the Park 24 club. the most decorated judo club in Japan. So, Goki Tajima's first public appearance wearing the World Judo Champion's red patch took place at the Grand Slam Tokyo 2024 tournament. And, incidentally, this was also the Japanese athlete's first Grand Slam Series tournament held specifically in Tokyo. This is a crucial competition for many young Japanese judokas. The semi-final match was against the Olympic vice-champion Sanshiro Murao. The history of their head-to-head encounters is remarkably interesting. Previously, they had met 3 times at the All Japan Championships and the Kodokan Cup. Tajima secured clean victories over Murao in all those bouts. Yet despite this, Murao was considered the #1 choice for the national team, even without a gold or even a silver medal from the All Japan Championships. Incidentally, a similar situation occurred with Uta Abe. Nevertheless, your screens capture Murao's first career victory over Goki Tajima. This was the semi-final of the tournament in Tokyo, and the hero of our video today went on to compete for the bronze medal. There, he was awaited by the Estonian judoka Glenn Christopher Kaljulaid. And once again, the smiling Goki stepped out for the decisive match. This young man possesses simply phenomenal psychological resilience. After 1 minute of golden score, the Japanese athlete executed one of his signature techniques. The judoka needed only one arm to complete the technique against his opponent. Bronze at the Tokyo Grand Slam for the reigning world champion. The 2025 world champion started his year with the Grand Slam tournament in Paris. This was also Goki's first slam in that city in his career. The Japanese athlete was able to reach the semi-finals where he met the 2023 world champion Luka Mesarodze from Georgia. And credit must be given to the Georgian athlete. He managed to defeat Tajima and sent him into the bronze medal match. And once more, Goki was slated to compete for 3rd place against the same Estonian. But this encounter ended completely differently than the one in Tokyo. Tajima demonstrated a genuinely ingenious combination and earned the score of ippon. Brilliant and incredibly nimble footwork from the Japanese world champion. It was the perfect feint that led to a deserving result. And yet another medal added to the Japanese champion's collection, this time from the Paris Grand Slam. I mentioned earlier that he is the true king of the All Japan Championships. Yes, that is completely true. Goki is a 3-time national judo champion of Japan and a multiple medalist. This is a very powerful achievement, a dominating domestic competitor, now also holding the status of world champion. Well, the All Japan Championships, Fukuoka 2025. At this tournament, Goki once again put on a real show with his hip throws. On your screens is his semi-final match against the young Komei Kawabata. Ultimately, Goki Tajima executed a superb hip throw and scored an ippon. Now tell me, how high are the chances of actually becoming a world judo champion in the 90 kilograms category? Possessing such an open, attacking style and similar physical attributes as the Japanese judoka, especially considering how much shorter Goki is compared to many international athletes. Goki is a genuine machine and a phenomenon. Meanwhile, the final of the 2025 All Japan Championships, where his opponent was Riku Okada. And again, I will allow myself to offer no commentary. Endless attacking attempts to throw, an aggressive style. Well, everything just as we like it. Goki wore down his opponent in every way possible. Eventually, in golden score, Tajima finally managed to execute a hold down and secured the 3rd gold from the National Championships of Japan in his life. We move to Tokyo for the All Japan Openweight Championships, and I remind you that in 2023, Tajima had already etched his name into history by winning bronze at this tournament. Considering his weight and height, this deserves special recognition. Tajima finished his first bout with a daring ippon, an excellent throw over the hip, bordering on uchimata. He also utilized an unconventional grip. And here is the second match of the tournament. Here, he was met by the true giant Hisayoshi Harasawa. Olympic vice champion and world judo vice champion. Early in the match, Harasawa threw Tajima and took the lead on the scoreboard. The situation seemed fatal. Let's not forget what kind of fighter this Goki Tajima is. Just look at what he did. How boldly he engaged in close combat with the heavyweight Harasawa. How he pulled him out with his leg and hands and earned a waza-ari score, equalizing the match in the final seconds of the encounter. Simply astonishing. Well, ultimately, the match time expired, and the judges awarded the victory to Harasawa by Hante. But Goki fought like a true hero until the very last second of the bout. The 2025 World Championships. The time had come for our hero to defend his title. The second moment of great glory for Goki Tajima. The World Championships were held in Budapest. In the first round, Goki fought against a representative of the United Arab Emirates. The Japanese athlete opened the score in the match with a Sode Tsurikomi Goshi throw, one of his signature techniques in action. The second score for the Japanese judoka was a yuko. Tajima concluded the match with this advantage, and then followed the quarterfinal against the Italian representative, who had previously defeated Lascia Bakari. Tajima also executed one of his signature techniques for a yuko score and won. Well, the World Championship semi-final, the most powerful and thrilling match of the day. Goki Tajima versus the European champion from Azerbaijan, Eljan Hajiev. Two absolutely open judokas, an attacking style of judo. This is what we appreciate. Two judokas who favor hip techniques. Hajiev opened the scoring in the match with a throw for waza-ari. In this instance, the Japanese athlete was actually outmaneuvered in the close fight. But look how quickly Goki responded, but it was only a yuko score. Still, what a spectacular instantaneous entry into the technique. But he needed to attempt something more. And once again, close combat, a tight grip. The Japanese judoka executed a simply phenomenal throw for an ippon, the maximum score, and advanced to his second consecutive World Championship final. Simply brilliant match from two masters of close combat. Hajiev would ultimately secure the bronze medal at the tournament, and this incidentally happened after a severe injury and a lengthy hiatus. And so here it is, the World Championship final in the under 90 kilogram category. Two Japanese judokas. Just a few years ago, this would have been unimaginable. Japanese athletes performed quite weakly here, but now we observe a completely different trend. Senshiro Morao in white and Goki Tajima in blue. Goki steps onto the mat and smiles, all according to form. But he faces the challenge of defending his world champion title against such a formidable rival. Goki Tajima himself, for the record, stated that his main goal is the Olympics, and he has no intention of stopping here. The final, incidentally, did not unfold as many had anticipated. Morao tactically outmaneuvered Tajima and won the match by Shido. This time, Goki has to settle for silver, but I am absolutely confident that this smiling, humble young man will yet make his mark in the world of judo.